Chad, I think we get things underway tonight and hope that tonight is the final night. Maybe. It could be. It might be. It may be. The Vancouver Athletics are on a damn good pace right now. Not so much for the Mermen. If anyone's going to end this head-to-head, it's going to be Chat's team. We just got done with an okay draft for both sides. Reminder that Chat did not end up signing their first pick. Will Chat finish the story? Time will tell. In terms of contract extensions, you do have some deals. Sorry, I was on the 2020 ballot. That's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just fully discovering that Alfonso Soriano was disrespected as a baseball player. Unbelievable. All right. Looks like Ramon Ramirez is going to have to go to arbitration. Lonnie Duarte. 1.1's not bad. Backup level catcher. Should be able to get a little bit less. Not bad. AKA 6 votes. Him and Jason Giambi less than Paul Kenner. Jesus. All right, Max, you're just depressing me at this point. You're just depressing me at this point. Alfonso Soriano not on the Baseball Hall of Fame ballot anymore. It just depresses me. Gavin Lux, I know you guys aren't going to want to pay $3 million to. Let's see. Kerry Mullins there. Casey Wolf. So we got these signings to go through. And we'll see what happens from there. Pretty sure you're not going to want to pay Miles Naylor $4 million. As a backup. Floyd Horton, I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to give $6 million to as a backup. So this might be Floyd Horton's final year. Dominic Hughes can at least get paid dirt cheap. Ray Gutierrez. That might be one worth saving. Actually, that's not bad as a backup. I mean, that'll help out the minors, too. And then Matt Harmon actually no longer has arbitration time. So you guys will have a couple of contracts to worry about in the offseason. Nothing too crazy. For my boys, Felipe Casillas. Oh, God, I'm going to be losing Felipe here. I can't pay you $4 million, buddy. I can't do it. You got 3 home runs and 169 at-bats at first base. Gleyber Torres. Gleyber's going to be gone. Gleyber's probably going to be gone. Garrett Gentry. We can pay Garrett Gentry some money. How are the Seamen? Not doing great. Not doing great. No room to breathe. Not going to sign Cheng to that much money. Glenn Camp wants a shitload of money. Oh, boy. Edmund Cervantes is going to want a shitload of money. He's actually worth it, though. Shit. Orlando Almanza. At least I can get him for cheap. Both of our teams running into some money troubles. What the hell am I going to do about Edmund Cervantes? It might be the big time deal. Might be, Edmund. $12.4 million a year. Edmund. All right, Edmund, we'll talk at the end of the season, buddy. That's a bit too much. So let's find out. Will Chat go back to the playoffs for, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th season in a row? And, yeah. I won't be making the playoff. Actually, really quickly. Are there any changes to the lineup that I can make? Hernandez is still fine in AAA for now. Felipe Casillas is hurt. Torn finger ligament. That makes some sense. Frank Reyes is now... Oh, boy. Oh, Gleyber. Gleyber's cooked. Suzuki's been playing at first base. I want to add Diaz to the 40-man yet, but Rodriguez. Fernando. You're going to the majors for now, buddy. I don't really care about your rookie status. Frank Reyes is getting the call up. I think I have finally seen the last of Gleyber Torres, who's been here since 2025. Multiple-time All-Star for me. But he is now an outright detriment to the team. So Frank Reyes is getting called up for the rest of the year. And Gleyber, you're going down to AAA, buddy. Third base. Probably fine with Curtis Mead. Rocchio at short. Cheng behind him. Seaver. I don't really have a great other option to play, buddy, but you're not really cutting it. Rio, Glenn Camp has sucked. I can't send him down, though. I'm going to make a pretty crazy change. Luke Gehringer is coming up. I'm going to drop Matt Seaver for the rest of the year, see if he can kind of rebuild his confidence for next year. And then pitching-wise, everyone there has been okay. It's not too bad. Has it been the starting pitching? Yeah, the starting pitching hasn't been particularly great. Can't believe chat voted to let go of Jim David. Honestly, it's a controversial call. What's going on, by the way? Controversial call, to say the least, but it might work out. It might. Would have been a whole lot of money. So Austin Jordan can be sent down. Wilmer Flores cannot. Austin Jordan, I'm going to send you down to AAA. I'm going to call up Daniel Valdez for the rest of the season. So, making some changes to my personnel for this year just to get a look at some other people, see what they're capable of. I don't really want to lose Wilmer Flores for nothing. Then again, he's on a backloaded deal. Honestly, if someone takes Wilmer Flores off of my hands, then so be it. Orlando Almanza's coming up to the majors. Flores, I'll put through waivers. And Barry Cox, are you on the 40-man? No. Are there any relievers that are on the 40-man? Cheng is terrible. Marvin Duarte, let's get you up to the majors. And drop down Jared Hayes. So, like I said, I'm making some changes here just to get some different people some looks for the rest of the year. But chat is the focus here. Barring a miracle, you are absolutely going to the playoffs. And that must be my first baseman healthy. Whoops. My first baseman, not your first baseman. And we will drop Mr. William Suzuki down to single A. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Someone confirm I'm not going insane. And Alfonso Soriano's first professional team was the Hiroshima Toya Carp. Hey, man. Never look past Japanese baseball, okay? Never do it. That's my response. So let's see. Vancouver, 14 games up in the Angels. You guys are winning that division. Mermen, 16 games back for the division. 16 games back for the wild card. So GG's for me. We'll see if chat can make the playoffs. We need your 2 September call-ups, which will be Kerry Gamble. And, I mean, Juan Baroa makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly relief pitchers, so get old Juan Baroa up there. For my team, September call-ups. I'm not too worried about Austin Jordan. Seaver's been doing well in AAA, but I want all those guys to just take a break. Wilmer Flores also sucked. Daniel Chavez. Gonna call you up, and we're gonna call up Dougie Ikeda. There we go. Cynical, what's going on? All right. So let's see. We know chat's making the playoffs. It is a certainty, although you do have an injury to Ceddanne Rafael. Ooh, no. It'll never not be dramatic for chat. Ceddanne Rafaela out for the rest of the season with a fractured arm. That is a really tough injury to suffer right about now. Damn. Who's the next position player that's on your 40-man? Estevan Silva, David Tulibitz. Silva can play the outfield, so get him back up there. Let's see. 85 and 68. Playoff spot confirmed for Vancouver. Again, for the 4th year in a row. I again don't think any of our minor league ball clubs have ever made the playoffs, and they probably never will. That is the season in the books, 91 and 71. And for the 3rd time in 4 seasons, the Athletics are the number 1 seed heading into the playoffs. And Toronto is the number 2 seed. Canadian dominance in the American League. Colorado, Pittsburgh, the top 2 seeds on the other side as well. Worth noting for the standings. Warriors should get over it. Number 1's at 91 wins. 91 wins was enough to be the number 1 seed. That's a pretty low total. Mermen finished 72 and 90, so I think we actually got better in the final 2 months. But yeah, still the 3rd worst team in the National League. Tied with the Braves and only ahead of the Mets. So that's about right. We're going to be able to get right into the playoffs. By the way, we had a prediction up from yesterday, and for those who chose Vancouver, you were correct. Let's get a look at the final numbers for my boys here. 11 wins for Carvajal and Orozco. We're amongst the best. 143 strikeouts for Orozco. Nothing too crazy. Austin Jordan definitely struggled. Juan Soto had a good year, though. I mean, the bullpen doesn't look like it was too bad. Bullpen was actually pretty good. It was more about the starters that couldn't carry the weight. Will Comstock. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, not bad. I mean, it was still the right move to let go of Moreno to make sure he could play. Robert Oka behind him is replacement level. Felipe Casillas, who missed a good amount of the season. I need that long-term future first baseman. I just don't have it yet, but hopefully they're in the system already. Frank Reyes got called up to play second base, wasn't quite ready for prime time at the plate. Curtis Mead signed as a third baseman this year. Also, I mean, 24 home runs, 68 RBIs, but again, OPS-wise, it's not the end-all be-all, certainly. But it is a pretty good indicator, and he was okay. Brian Rocchio at shortstop, 31 home runs, 879 OPS. I'm sure he was my best player again. And I could opt out of the contract for him after this year, but I'm not going to. Left field, Sam Valle. Not particularly great. Matt Seaver wasn't particularly great, which is why he got sent down. Daniel Chavez only had 18 at-bats, but... Jackson Chourio, 801. He has not been worth the money. He is getting paid $33 million flat. He has not been worth the money at the plate. I'm getting boned on that contract. Glenn Camp's certainly not going to get paid $1 million either. Multi-million-dollar deal. And Richie Molina never actually played. So, again, not a particularly great year for me. National League MVP Rainer Arias for San Diego. AL MVP Walker Jenkins. So nobody in the running for AL MVP for Chat's team for the first time in a long time. However, 4 straight Cy Young winners. Jim David, Richie Christensen, and now Avi England. I don't know if he deserved it. They gave it to him off of strikeouts. But Avi England, has won the Cy Young. 1 year left on his contract at $1.2 million before he gets super expensive. And the NL Cy Young goes to Adrian Salgado in Milwaukee. Batting titles to Arias, whatever you prefer, and Bryant Wheat. Reliever of the year, Boris Hatfield finished third behind Albert Kessler and Ricky Willis. Willis basically allowed 1 run all year. He allowed 1 run in 52 innings. That's insane. I mean, I don't know how you don't give it to Kessler based on the strikeouts, though. NL goes to Wally Franco. Rookie of the year, Antonio Tejada. Tejada, perhaps. And on the other side, Edgar Rodriguez. Another E-Rod for Boston. Fair enough. So yeah, Cy Young winner for chat yet again. We know it's going to be a best of 5 series. And we also know that Rafaela is out for the playoffs, essentially. 1 to 2 months. I mean, maybe he'll be back if you make the World Series. Statistically, in 16 wins for England. I mean, Richie Christensen was great again. Elliott and Baroa, not so much. Richie Christensen was spectacular yet again. All 3 starters, very good, but Richie Christensen is easily your best pitcher. Easily. Then for the relievers, only Santos got a lot of time out of that group, but he had really good numbers. Obviously, we know Hope, Hatfield, and even Elias weren't that bad. So pitching looking good. At catcher, I mean, Dalton's... Ooh, wow, Ramirez, actually. I mean, Ramirez and Dalton, hell of a combination. Hell of a combination. Even Tyrone Ray, if you still count him as a backup first baseman. Luis Toribio, 20 home runs, 89 RBI. Batting average and on base were a bit low. He was okay. I mean, he's certainly not Vladdy. Certainly not. Gavin Lux. He's been unreal. He has been an absolutely unreal playoff performer for you guys. Year after, or just regular season performer, I should say. Year after year after year, he has been awesome. And he's done it again. Third base, Aiden Miller. 22 home runs, 100 RBI. Good season for Miller. You know, always in that conversation for a Gold Glove. And won one this year. There you go. 2034 Gold Glove winner. No real surprise there. He continues to be solid. Robert Sposato, 20 home runs this year. He continues to be really, really good. 27 years old now for Sposato. 1 more year left on his deal. Guanipa. Not a great year for Luis Guanipa in terms of his ability to take over for Spencer Steer. Not really. Didn't really happen. Minus 11 to his power against lefties. Jesus. Rafaela is injured, which is a big loss. Floyd Horton, not great at the plate. And then Owen Casey, 37 home runs, 113 RBIs. That was a great Juan Soto replacement in the form of Owen Casey. So maybe some moves to make. The big question will be, who are you guys playing in the first round? Will it be New York or another showdown with Baltimore? And it is New York. Let's take a look. So there will be no showdown with Jim David and the Baltimore Orioles, which is probably good news. I mean, that's a very, very good team that just fell to the Yankees. A very good team indeed. What do the Yankees look like heading into this series? Grayson Rodriguez, Chase Dollander. They have some good pitching. They have some damn good pitching. Bullpen, Abner Uribe, Reggie Crawford. All right. Good pitching staff for the Yankees. Logan O'Hoppe, the O'Hoppe at catcher. I mean, tremendous. God damn, 95-95 split. That's nuts. First base, Matt Kootenay. Interesting. He had 9 at-bats. He's playing first base for them. Second base, Tamar Johnson. Luis Arias is also there, chat killer in the past. Third base, Jace Young, Bryant Wheat, Jordan Groshans. Shortstop, Alan Page and Khalil Watson. All right, left field's also a weird one for him, too. Granted, he was great in that opening round against Baltimore, but Rafael Chavez, not particularly great. Center field, Max Clark, Chaz Chisholm, Parker Meadows, and in right, nobody. That's a really weird team. They have some good players, and then it just kind of falls off in some regards. So this is going to be an interesting one. We do have to double check who was on the playoff roster for you guys. You don't need Tulibits. Gary Mullins, fine. Third base, it does make sense for it to be Casey Wolf over David Tulibits. Because again, you count Tyrone Ray as a backup first baseman. Shortstop's good. Guanipa. Rafael is hurt, so it's Guanipa. Horton, you can't take Rafael off the playoff roster. Doesn't count. Who's another outfielder you could have? I guess it does make sense then to maybe carry somebody else on this roster, whether it be Luis Perez or perhaps an Estevan Silva. And you can play the outfield, so Estevan makes the team anyway. Terms of the pitchers, Jesus, I mean, Gamble, Ramirez, Menard, Derek Hope. We'll just see who the best of the best happen to be in terms of the highest rated dudes to make this playoff roster. No reason to not have Harmon there or Clyde Floyd. So 3 pitchers need to be taken off of this roster. Who were the 3 worst pitchers? Floyd was pretty good. Baroa, not so much. At a 484, I'd imagine that was the worst FIP of the bunch, and it definitely was. So Juan Baroa isn't going to make that playoff roster. Let's see. Derek Hope. Good. Good for Menard. Terrible for Ramirez. Not ready for prime time at all for Adrian Ramirez. How many innings did he pitch? 30? Yeah, he got roughed up this year. I mean, yeah, the funny thing is the potential drop for Hope, the overall drop too, but he's always been solid. I mean, again, didn't he not? Maybe this was the first year he didn't make the All-Star game in a while. But he is a 5-time All-Star already. Of course, you guys did sign him forever and a day, so maybe he's excited at the idea of cashing out, you know? Pedro Ponce did not pitch in the majors this year. Santos did at a 3.93. Was there anybody else who was particularly bad then? I mean, Hope at a 3.63. Menard was over a 4. It's not particularly bad. Was there another starter that wasn't great? Again, Floyd had good numbers. Harmon at a 4.59. I mean, Harmon is probably the weakest one left of the bunch. So, just in terms of optimizing the team based off of performance, pretty much good to go there. You could argue keeping Harmon over Ponce just because Ponce didn't really pitch this year, but he does have a good rating. Might put you into a little bit of trouble for long relievers, but I mean, you guys typically don't even run your 4 and 5 starters in the regular season. Christensen, Perez, and England are pretty much ready to go. Yankees and Athletics chat right back in the ALDS. Let's see what happens here. For the record, the Blue Jays are going to play the Tigers. You got Colorado, San Fran, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh on the other side. Let's do this. Game number 1. Is this the final run? Will chat finally do it? Can they finally get that championship win that has eluded them for a couple years now? Richie Christensen will obviously get the start in game number 1. And lineup-wise, not a terrible lineup to run with. Yeah, not particularly bad. I mean, there are certain guys like, maybe get Ray or Dalton in there, but worth giving these guys a shot for now and just seeing what the hell happens. So let's see how it goes. Back in the playoffs. And a rough start for Christensen. 2 hits and a run scores already. So 1-0 Yankees. 2-out single for Sposato. Casey goes down. Again, Chat was swept by the Tigers last year in this very round. A very surprising turn of events. Yankees almost got another run there. But they survive. Solo shot for Silva. It's 1-1. Ramirez on. Nobody can do anything with him, though. Christensen, great half inning there. Toribio on. Guanipa on. Estevan Silva goes down this time, though. 2-out error. They get out of it. Christensen's done well. Dueling with Grayson Rodriguez. Solo shot for Wheat. 2-1. Commentators curse alive and well. Johnson singles. O'Hop goes down. Groshon's down. Meadows goes down. Leadoff single for Sposato. Miller's on. Toribio. Bases loaded for Luis Guanipa. Chat, the question, do you sack fly for the run or do you just swing away? He could end up going for the sack fly anyway, even if you choose to swing away. But let me know what you think. Let me know. Let me know. Sack fly seems to be the word. Going once. Going twice. Sold. This game is tied. It was a walk. So, what do we do this time? The game is tied. Still only 1 out. Going once on sack fly. Going twice. Sold. Their starters out. 3-2 Vancouver. Ramirez into a fielder's choice. Probably a good time to take Richie out. Who is... Still going to make that other goddamn scene. Who is the replacement? Richie's tired. He's had a pretty strong outing. But who is the replacement? A call for Menard. Hatfield early. Ponce Menard. Going once for Menard. It can't be Avi England. He's starting game 3. Going once for Menard. Twice. Sold. Menard's in. An error immediately. 2 on, 2 outs for Bryant Wheat, who strikes out. Sposato, 2-out double. Casey can't do anything. Another error. 3rd of the game for Vancouver. Trouble here for Menard. The Yankees make some swaps. 1 down. Can he get the next? Yes, he can. Strong effort from Menard. And a chance. Do you leave Menard in for the close? Or is now the time to bring in Boris? A call for hope. As opposed to the 92 overall multi-million-dollar closer. That is true. It is a lot of lefties. It is a lot of lefties. Do you trust the highest rated or do you go for the matchup? Looks like Boris is still going to be the call. Chat doesn't care about the handedness. They want the best player for the job. I mean, when you're paying him $15 million a year, you're paying him to not give a shit about a handedness matchup. Hatfield's in. Chavez reaches on the 4th error of the game. Page flies out. Clark flies out. Wheat is down. Hatfield gets the save, and unlike last year, the A's have a win in the ALDS, winning 3-2 despite 4 errors on the board. outrageous to still win a game despite making that many mistakes. But 1-0 in this first 3. We'll go right into game number 2. And it will be Yuri Perez and then Avi England. I mean, it makes sense. Yuri's ready to go. A lot of players without hits in that game. Do you want to optimize a little bit or just let it go, given that you got the win in game number 1? What do you want to do with the lineup? What to do? What do? Wait for now. Go again. Trust. All right. Game number 2. Perez has had a history of allowing base runners. Gets out of it, though. Horton's on. Luck's down. Sposato, fielder's choice. Casey goes down. Solo shot for the Hoppy. Jazz with a double. And they get to Yuri a little bit early. Guanipa 2-out single. Silva 2-out double. Ramirez goes down. The chat killer strikes again. Luis Arias. It's 2-0 Yankees. Wheat singles. Johnson walks. Trouble for Yuri. Oh, Yuri. Yuri. Trouble here. Chat, do you take him out early? So, that's my bad. I hit to the right and then went to hit Y to remind you how much Yuri Perez was getting paid, and it didn't register the right click, so it simmed the half inning. It's 5-0 Yankees. That's unfortunate. Jesus Christ, Yuri Perez is the worst. I mean, I was asked earlier, hey, about Jim David, can you believe chat didn't pay? And kind of, given that you did elect to pay Yuri Perez. Well, you can take him out for someone, wait until he gets into trouble. Up to you guys. What do you think? But another rough playoff start for Yuri Perez. It's been a theme. Floyd is down there. There's Floyd and Elliott as the 4 or 5 options in the rotation. What do you think? Floyd it is. See what old Clyde can do. It's a good half inning. Back-to-back singles. Silva brings in 1. Ramirez down. Horton down. Wasted opportunity there. Clyde Floyd is dealing. If the offense can get it going, base is loaded. No outs for Aiden Miller. Sack flies it, even though he hit swing. Toribio pops up. Guanipa loads the bases on the walk for Estevan Silva. Into a fielder's choice. It's a rough break. Jazz with a single. Another single there. Arias. I cannot believe how much Luis Arias hates a chat-led team. Holy shit. Every time you guys face Luis Arias, he turns into 2002 Barry Bonds. It's insane. Holy hell. It's 8-2. As it looks like the Yankees are going to tie this series up in the aftermath of a rough start. Very rough start for Yuri Perez. 2 more runs score. I'll just bring in a related Ponce. You only need to get the 1 more out. Pitching change there. Back-to-back singles. Bases loaded quickly for Owen Casey. Sack flies it, even though we hit swing. Miller, now bases loaded for Toribio. Sack bunt. Guanipa goes down. The Yankees take game 2, 10-4. Luis Arias, 2 home runs in the game, as Yuri Perez only makes it through 3 innings. A rough go for Yuri. Game 3 in New York. The Cy Young winner, Avi England, will be on the mound for this one. Do you want to optimize the lineup? Whoops. Do you want to optimize the lineup or leave it as is? Horton, Lux. I mean, it might be a good time to optimize this a little bit. Might be a good time. Kendall, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Arias isn't in their lineup. Correct. So that's a benefit. I don't think he got hurt. We can check. We can check if he got hurt. I don't think he did. He probably just sits against that handedness of pitcher. Yeah, he's fine. He just doesn't play against lefties. They go with Alan Page instead. So there you go. There you go. So game 3. Avi England on the mound. And we will optimize the lineup based on performance so far. And get the hottest hitting players more at bats if possible. Estevan Silva batting .500 so far. That's goddamn hilarious. Ramirez 143. It's Aiden Miller. I mean, doesn't have a hit in 6 at bats, but he's so damn good defensively. Do you take out Aiden Miller? Floyd Horton, it's a little bit more understandable to sub him out. You know, Toribio can play third. It is K-Bot, yes. It's a little bit tough to find that replacement outfielder because of your injury to Rafaela. The hell could play the outfield? Gavin Lux could. All right, so Lux is getting moved to center field. Horton's going to be out for Kerry Mullen. At least that way Horton's still around as a pinch runner. Gives Mullen an opportunity. Ramirez only batting 143. Good time to get Dalton in there. Based off of his performances. Casey's too important to the lineup as well. So a couple of changes here and there. Nothing too crazy. But we'll see what happens. Posado leading off, Silva, and then Guanipa is in that 3 spot right now, which is kind of crazy. Let's see what happens. Saddam was the glue to this team. He might have been. Posado on, Silva into a double play. Guanipa walks, Toribio singles. Lux can't bring home the runner. Avi England. What can he do? A ground out there. Mullen grounds out. Oh, 3 straight ground outs after the leadoff double. I was going to say you probably don't want to play small ball. Maybe it would have been the way to go. And obviously early on, it makes sense to go for it, but damn, did it not work. 2 outs, 2 on. Gavin Lux grounds out. More wasted base runners for Vancouver so far. The Yankees finally get their first hit. Can't do anything with it. Yankee starter Brendan Beck is tired already. Johnson on. A hop goes down. Groshans. 1-0 Yankees. Rough turn of events. Solo shot for Posado. Follow-up double for Silva. Can't bring him in, though. It's 1-1. Muted. What's going on, man? Chavez down. Page singles. Clark down. Wheat. Bases loaded. Tamar Johnson. Can't deliver. Muted, no complaints. Doing all right. Lux is on. Casey's on. Dalton down. Chad, do you risk playing some small ball here to bunt him over? You could argue the first at bat would have been worth it, but I mean Dalton It's worth giving him the shot. He had a good regular season. Do you try to play small ball from here and bunt them over and then swing, or do you just swing at this stage? Given it's a 1-1 game. Swing is the word. Fly out and ground out. More wasted base runners. Solo shot for Groshans. And that probably should do it for Avi, based off energy levels. Who are you guys going with? Who are you guys going with? Another decent start, similar to Christensen. I mean, Yuri Perez had a rough start, but this is the second, I'd argue, quality start that was wasted. Hope. Going once for Hope. Twice. Sold. Derek Hope is in. Gets out of the inning. Silva walks. Guanipa. Toribio. Can't do anything. Leadoff single for Chavez. RBI double. 3-1. No outs. Do you trust? As the bats. You can't exactly say have gone cold. You have just as many hits. But at the same time, just can't get those clutch hits. Will New York kill our hope? Well, looks like it's going to be a trust here. Clark flies out. Wheat, runner thrown out at home. And he gets out of it. Luck's down. Casey down. Dalton goes down. Hope allows a walk. Kootenai goes down. 9th inning. Last chance. Mullen. Singles. No choice but to pinch run. Bring in Horton. Get that speed. Miller strikes out. Sposato strikes out. Silva down. And the Yankees have won 2 straight and take a 2-1 series lead, pushing the A's to the brink. Jesus Christ, chat. Win a fucking series, not even the World Series. Game 4 coming up. Must win. I feel like you got to throw Christensen out there on less than 100% stamina. You could go for Howie Elliott, but let's be honest, you need to win this game. Even if that means Yuri Perez starts game 5. You got to go with your best pitcher. You got to go with Richie. Get as much out of him as you can. I mean, again, Howie Elliott was not particularly great in the regular season either. Christensen's on. Let's see what else we can do for optimization here based off of performances or lack thereof. Miller still without a hit in 10 at-bats. Casey only batting .273. .537 for Sposato as he continues to be a playoff monster. Gavin Lux is finally looking cooked. Horton at a 125. Based on those 8 at-bats. Jesus. Do you still leave in Miller for the defense? Again, he does not have a hit in 10 at-bats. Or do you bring in the switch-hitting Casey Wolf? And the defense is obviously nice, but what do you do, right? All right, Silva can play right field. Sit Miller. Okay, so Wolf is going to be in. Silva is going to get moved to right field. Casey will play left. Guanipa in center. Although Casey does have the arm, but Guanipa can have the coverage there. So Horton will be out. Mullen had at least a hit in those 4 at-bats, doing better than Gavin Lux. Dalton did nothing with his at-bats, so Tyrone Ray at catcher. And from there, I mean, fucking give Miles Naylor a chance at DH, right? I mean, fuck it. Nobody else there is doing particularly well. You could give Dalton another chance. I mean, Horton's a good pinch runner. You could put Ramirez back in there, but kind of your choice on what you want to do lineup-wise here. But just a lot of underperforming players early on. Makes sense to have Casey ahead of Toribio, Guanipa, Sposato. I mean, the fact that Ramirez, Miller, Dalton, a lot of underperforming players. Game 4, it's a must-win for the A's, or they are bounced in the ALDS again. A leadoff double for Page, and they get to Christensen early. They get out of it with just the one allowed. Casey down, Toribio down, Mullen down. Ray, Wolf, Naylor, nothing doing there. No hits in the game so far. Still hitless through 4 innings. Christensen's dealing, but so is Luis Polito. No hits through 5. Jesus. Single for Kootenay. A walk. Can Richie get out of it? Yes, he can. Ray finally gets the first hit of the game. And Casey Wolf delivers. 2-run shot for his first career postseason hit. And the A's have the lead. Just like that. Just like that. One swing is all it takes. It's a 2-1 lead through 6. Guanipa's on. Casey down. Toribio walks. Mullen an RBI single. It's 3-1. This is going to be a theft of a game if you guys win this. Christensen has done his job. Chat, who do you go for in the bottom of the 7th? Jake, what's going on, by the way? A call for Kerry Gamble. Looks like Gamble is the one. Gamble's in. 1, 2, 3 in order. Naylor, Sposato, Silva, nothing doing. Single for Page. Clark down. Wheat down. Johnson ties the game with one swing of the bat with 2 outs. It's 3-3. Gamble could not hold on. He could not hold on. What do you do? Shout for Elise. Going once on Pedro. Going twice. Sold. Hop goes down. Guanipa against Crawford. Down. Casey is out. Toribio is out. Do you trust Pedro? Do you trust Pedro to see you through? Bottom of the 9th, the Yankees score. This series is over. Trust is the word. Groshans goes out. Meadows, they brought in Luis Arias. Grounds out. Kootenay grounds out. We're going to extras. Mullen out. Ray out. Wolf out. Hello, Crashy. Chavez down. Page down. Clark down. We're going to the 11th. Naylor walks. Good a time as any to pinch run. And then bring in Gavin Lux for defense. Get Horton on the base pads. Sposato down. Silva. Guanipa. Nothing doing. Oh, that's right. Horton was at DH, so actually he can just stay. Wheat. Strikeout. Johnson singles. Logan, fielder's choice. Grosjean strikes out. We're going to the 12th. Casey grounds out. Toribio flies out. Mullins strikes out. Jesus Christ. Jazz Chisholm singles. Do you trust or do you change, chat? Do you trust or do you change? 3 straight. There are 2 more lefties coming up after this. Floyd's the only lefty that's not totally exhausted. Do you trust? And again, if you change, who do you change for? That's the question. Santos, Menard. I'm going to nominate Boris. Because you know, you might want to go with the best guy to save your season. Shout out to J Squared, by the way, for the 30 months. We're going once for Menard. Now we're going once for Boris. Hey, don't let it be my decision. I'm just saying. You got him. You might as well fucking use him to try and get you out of this. Oh, crashy, crashy, crashy. Going once for Boris. Going twice. Boris is in. Kootenay strikes out. Chavez flies out. Page flies out. Boris gets it done. 13th inning. Ray flies out. Wolf singles. Horton singles. Sposato singles. We have to watch it from here, don't we? Can they get it done? Bases loaded. 1 out, if I'm not mistaken.
With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby.
Trying to force Game 5 and continue this series. Estevan Silva to the plate.
Silva, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Movement in the Yankees pen. Jairo
Uriarte.
Preparing to come on if needed.
The last thing
Yankees win. The series is over. Athletics win. There will be a Game 5. Silva fouls to left. Top of the 13th.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's
I missed it.
2.
I just absolutely yeeted. Yeah. Oh, that fucking Yankee horn. Jurassic Park ass bullshit.
Hammers that one. Curling
Just
down,
foul.
and foul.
Just foul for Silva.
Just got to work on that timing a little bit.
The 1-2 count again. Strikes out on the curveball.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Thanks.
And now the center fielder.
And this is a big
Luis Guanipa.
right here.
3 of 14 in the series, but 0 for 4 tonight. What can Luis do? Bases loaded. 2 outs in the top of the 13th. Guanipa goes for the bunt. Can they make the throw? Oh my God, it was so close.
So they load the bases, but leave them stranded. Another chance.
They went for the suicide squeeze. The balls. Sam, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh my God.
I also think about the speed.
1 batter earlier, yeah. I mean, if they went for it 1 batter earlier, they would have been fine. I can't believe they just tried that. Oh my God.
That's off the mark, and it's 2-0.
2-0 count for Boris here.
Pedro Ponce up and loosening in the pen. And here it comes. On the ground, right side.
This might go well beyond the 13th. I think we're in it for the long haul at this point. Christ.
Here's the third baseman, Bryant Wheat.
Bryant Wheat. The Yankees can end it with one swing.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. Bases empty.
Technically, there is the way to go back to quick manage, but at this point, Christ, we're just in it.
Next offering is
Pitch from Hatfield.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
The 1-1 from Hatfield.
strike.
Really going after
The fastball in there.
Fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Change up. We're watching this till it's over. I'll get the popcorn ready.
One down, bases
We might be here for a long time.
just off the outside.
Fastball misses.
That's ball two.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as
The 2-2 from Hatfield.
as it gets.
Misses.
And another ball. Termarr Johnson waiting to hit for the Yankees.
Triple shy of the cycle for Johnson. Full count, the pitch from Hatfield.
Ball four, he worked it.
Ooh, just missed on the curveball. The series clinching run moves to first. And they bring in Khalil Watson as a pinch runner.
Made it first. On to run for the Yankees. Khalil Watson. Termarr Johnson stepping in now for the Yankees.
A long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And fouled off.
Quick foul.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win.
Another foul to left. Quick 0-2 count for Johnson.
Over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Hatfield deals.
Battling here as he
Johnson
fouls away.
another foul. We could be in this game for the long haul.
Winning run is at first here in the bottom of the third.
Another foul for Johnson. Still an 0-2 count. Getting the pitch count for Hatfield up there.
Missed inside with the
Curveball misses terribly.
They're conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
The 1-2.
That one misses.
Make it a 2-2 count. Johnson.
Ball left side.
Ground ball to short. There's one. Double play. Vancouver's out of the inning. We go to the 14th, and God knows how much longer from there.
Back in the dugout.
Whew.